Hey guys, how are you all? Hope so you all are doing well. Okay, so let's start the story without any further conversation. Hope so you all like. Hmm. Everything is fine. Everything is fine until the door opens. Someone enter in the room and see a boy is sleeping. Jimin, wake up now. See the time. It's 11 a.m. And Jimin, let me sleep. Jin Hyung, Jin, your mom is asking about you, Jimin. Jimin here. Now I am still she is doing this, huh? He said and sit on the bed with a pout. Jin, yeah, Jimin. We don't have time for this. Get up, Jimin. Jin here. First you all me to with that, and now if I listen you, huh? You guys not letting me sleep peacefully. This is Hyung. I want. He said, and Jin san, Jin, done from your drama. Now get up and come downstairs. Everyone is 4 hours past. Jimin, what I do? Young with this, huh? He come in the room and fresh up and sleep. Don't even tell me how I am looking. He said and roll his eyes. Okay, we talk about this later. Go and fresh up first. Everyone is asking about you, Jimin. Fine, coming. He said and go for fresh up. Jin signed to see him and he also go downstairs. Jimin come downstairs. In the dining room, he see everyone is waiting for him. He see yoongi is on the chair, busy in his phone. Jimin, good morning. He greets everyone with a pout, and they all say him to good morning. Come sit, Jimin, sit beside him. He is feeling so sleepy. Mrs. Park, you see that time, huh? Everyone is waiting for you, and you are coming right now because of you. Everyone is doing breakfast late. You understand what you did? See him, Jimin. I just wake up now, Mama, and you start to me. And you promise you want me after I get Mrs. Parker. And when I promise you this, Jimin, huh? Maybe I saw a dream. He murmured, and Mrs. Park smiled. Hmm. Mrs. Min smiled too. Mrs. Min smiled to say, Jimmy, Mrs. Min, my son, it's okay. You must be tired to breakfast. Jimmy, that's why I only you here. He said, and Mrs. Min chuckled. Yoongi is busy in his phone. Jimmy seeing him, he started to do the breakfast. Mrs. Park. Jimmy, serve Yoongi breakfast. Jimin he take by himself. Mrs. Park Jimin too, as I said. She said in voice, and Jimin make a pout. He stand up and start to serve him the breakfast. Yoongi stop him. Yoongi, it's okay. Sit and eat properly. I take by myself. Jimin, when she is me, why don't you speak, huh? Now you start to saying this. He whispered to him. He's somewhere. Yoongi remains calm. Yoongi sit. He said, and Jimin sit on the chair. Yoongi, I take by myself, auntie. He said and start to do the breakfast. Mr. Min, we go village as your grandma is. She don't come on, but she want to meet you guys. Now, Jang, really, I am excited to go. Jimin, me too. He said, being excited. And Mrs. Park signed him to stay silent. Jimin signed as his mother is telling him he need to just he got Yoongi go Yoki. So Yoongi and Jimin is cousins. They both got Jimin Yoongi the most because of his cold behavior. But him Yoongi is cold and so calm. You can see next how much calm he is. Yoongi, eat properly, Jimin. He said in cold but calm voice. Jimin, why would I listen you? Hmm? He said then. Said and he said and Yoongi stay silent. When Mrs. Park gave him, Mr. Min, you will be ready till afternoon. We go, okay. Jungkook, as you said, uncle, he said, and they continue to do the breakfast. After some time, everyone goes. Jimin eats. Yoongi see Hey, Yoongi see, but he stays silent as Jimin eats like this. Dang, Jimin, finish your food. Jimin, you all treat me like I am a kid. What happens with you? Guys, please, Namjoon, why you are so today? Jimin, or what I do, huh? Do my with him, he said, and they all signed to see Jimin. Without saying anything, Yoongi go from there as he have important work to do. Jinju, you know your mom. Namjoon, go and do your packing, he said, and Jimin nodded. He go to do his packing and they sign. Jimin done with his packing when Yoongi come and see him. Yoongi also start to do his packing and Jimin stays silent. He don't say anything. He see how Yoongi is doing his packing, and Jimin think he pack everything. So Jimin see and make a pouch. Yoongi see him. He see his pouch is big. Yoongi, I help you in packing. Jimin, huh? No, I do by myself. Young, it's okay. I just help you, Jimin. I said I don't want your help, so I don't. He said, and Yoongi stays silent. He don't say anything. If he want, he can, uh, but he don't want to say something. Has just they got the door open. Jiang, come, Jiang Kyung. Uncle is asking if you are done with your packing, then let's go downstairs. He said and Yoongi nodded. Yoongi, okay, we are going. Jiang, you done? Jimin, okay. They come and sit on the couch. Yoongi start to drive. His focus is on the road, and Jimin is looking outside. He see the view, and because he to go village a lot, he see Yoongi. He is busy to do the driving. Jimin, you wake up early, he said while looking outside like he is not interested to talk with him, but he start the conversation by himself. Ah well, this is also Jimin one side. Yoongi, I always wake up early. Jimin boring. He murmur. Yoongi here. Yoongi, you don't do breakfast properly. If you are hungry, I can stop by in front of any restaurant. You eat something. He said in voice. Jimin look at you and think for some time. Jimin, I eat ice cream. Yoongi, the weather is changing. You don't eat ice cream, Jimin. And who are you to stop me, huh? Yoongi, I am your Jimin. You are not. You are my. And remember this, he said. Jan. Yoongi become, but he tried to calm himself. Jimin, and no one can stop me to eat ice cream. I will eat whatever I want. He stays silent. Yoongi stays silent, and he continued to drive for some time, and then he stopped the car in front of the shop. Jimin see him. Yoongi go out, and after some time he come back with some snacks, but he don't bring ice cream. Yoongi, eat this if you feel hungry, he said, and again start to drive the car. Jimin see the snacks, his eyes widen. He looked at Yoongi. Jimin, when I said I don't eat this, why you why you even bring? He said being, but Yoongi don't speak. Jimin start to look outside. After some time says, but Jimin don't eat. 10 minutes pass. When Jimin see he can't take this anymore, he start to eat the snacks. Yoongi look at him. He knows Jimin can't say no to food. Jimin eat and he is now feeling happy. He is not hungry anymore. Jimin, thank you, he said and looked into another side. Jungi here she is shocked to see like Jimin said thanks to him. Well, it's not easy for him to believe. Yoongi, sorry, you said something, Jimin. I said thank you. Yoongi, what, Jimin? I said thank you, he said, and Yoongi chuckled to see him. Yoongi, welcome. You no need to say thank. You are my, he said, and Jimin, no, he is trying to. Him and Jimin continue to look outside. She see the greenery and become happy. Jimin, the place is so beautiful, Yoongi. Yeah, but I have something which is more beautiful than this. Jimin, what? Ask him, being curious to know. Yoongi look at him. Yoongi, he said, and Jimin see him. He don't know why he is feeling like this. He look into another side. Yoongi see him. He continued to do the driving, and soon they reach in they reach in their house, and Jimin become excited. He come out from the car and see the others. He run toward him, and she first meet with his granny. Jimin, granny, I miss you so much, granny. Oh my Jiminy, come. I miss you too, my son. Jimin see her and become happy. Jimin, tell me, how are you? Granny, I am fine, son. You tell me, how are you? Congratulations for your Jimin make about and her. She chuckle and then meet with others. Jimin talk a lot with them and his other cousins. They all make plan. Why don't they go somewhere? Yoongi, it's night. You all can go tomorrow. Jimin, you stay here. If you don't want to come, we go today, he said, and Yoongi see him. How can he tell him it's not for going as it's already evening. He know Jimin don't listen him, so he stays silent. Nothing happens, Yoongi. Let's go. Jimin, we go. If we don't want to come, leave him. He don't come. He said, and stand up, Yoongi. I come with you. He said, and they all nodded. They all start to walk out from the house. Yoongi is walking. Yoongi is walking beside him, talking with others, but his eyes is on Jimin as he knows Jimin is, so he is thinking all this. When he sees Jimin is laughing and talking, it's make him happy. Yoongi in mind, I don't understand why you miss so much Jimin, but I know I can change you in as you don't me. It's just you are think this you think you me, but you don't, he said and smiled lightly to see him, which is unnoticed by everyone. They are walking, and everyone start to talk with their as they see the different stalls. Yoongi see him. Yoongi, you also take you want something, he said, and Jimin nodded. Well, this is first time he don't with him, and Yoongi is glad. He stand beside Jimin, and Jimin start to say, Jimin, this is beautiful, right? He said to see a pendant. Yoongi, take this if you want, he said, and Jimin he about to but Yoongi for him. Yoongi, it's okay, he said, and Jimin stay silent. He let Yoongi something else if you want, he said, and as Jimin sign as no, Jimin, it's enough. He said, and the pendant, Yoongi, it's looking good, Jimin, I know, he said, and go with others, and Yoongi stand with them and stand with them. Yoongi signed to see him. He also joined others. He is talking with them, and then Jimin see a butterfly, become happy, and start to run behind the butterfly. Yoongi is busy. He don't notice Jimin go. After some times, when they decide they go back home, they turn and see Jimin is not here. Yoongi, Jimin is not here, huh? He said, being, and the others also start to see Jungkook. Where he go? Jiang, I see him. He is playing with butterfly. Yoongi, oh no. He start to find him. Yoongi, Jimin, where are you? He start to his name, and the others is also finding him. Jiang, where he go? Jungkook, don't be Jiang. We find him. He said, and Jiang see him nodded. He said, and they see Yoongi how he is finding Jimin. With Jimin, he see the butterfly. He turn and he realize He become to and start to walk. He don't know the path. Also, Jimin, anyone is here. He don't hear any voice. Any voice. It's night. Jimin kept walking. He don't know what he do fell from his eyes as he feeling so. He come in the while walking. Jimin, please, someone come to me. He murmured. He is so like he don't want to. If any come, he remember Yoongi. Remember Yoongi. Yoongi said they don't go now, but he don't listen him. Jimin is he have to listen him. And with Yoongi, I can't find him. Jungkook, what I do? Jungkook, I think we go back and call. Yoongi, are you? We don't have time for this. Guy, we can't do anything. Young, it's night and the might be Yoongi, and if Jimin were there, huh? We call first. We need to go home. Jungkook, you guys too. Oh, Yoongi, you guys too. He said as he start to run, he start to find him. Everyone becomes shocked, but they thought to go home and Yoongi, Jimin, where are you? He come in the and his name. Jimin, who was walking, stop hearing a voice. Yoongi, Jimin, where are you? Jimin heard Yoongi voice and she feel a hope in him. Jimin, Yoongi. He also Yoongi heard his voice. He turned toward that direction. He again called his name. He started to walk toward the direction. Jimin, Yoongi, I'm here, he said, and Jimin felt just by hearing his voice. Okay. Then they both then they both see each other in the Jimin, don't waste time. He run toward him and give him a Yoongi, and just Jimin start. I'm here, huh? You are fine, he said in soft voice. And Jimin, Yoongi, you okay, right? Jimin becomes so. He whisper while I become so. He whisper while and Yoongi. He let him for some times, and after some times, Jimin feel calm. He back. He look at Yoongi. Yoongi, don't. You are and fine with me, he said. Then Yoongi, let's go home. Jimin nodded. He is feeling. Yoongi see Jimin seems to be. He don't said anything and him. Hmm. I leave so many words. That's why it happens with me. In his and Jimin don't said anything. He hid his face and Yoongi started to walk. Soon they reach home and Yoongi left Jimin. They see everyone is so at home, but when they see Jimin, they sign in real life. Saying, you okay, Jimin? Jimin nodded. Jimin, I'm fine, he said in low voice. The others see him. Jungkook, you make us so worried. You are fine. Yoongi stand on the side. Mrs. Park, you are a kid. You go behind the butterfly. She at Jimin, and Jimin looking down. He know he's Mrs. Park. How can you be Jimin? Jimin, mom, I Mrs. Park. You even realize what happens? Jimin eyes turned. Yoongi, see, he can't take this anymore. Yoongi, auntie, listen, he said. Then she stopped. Yoongi, it's okay. What happened? It's not Jimin. Mistake, Mrs. Park. Really? Mm, really? You are saying this, son? Yoongi, yes, auntie, it's not his. He just see a butterfly and it's common. The thing is this. He's fine. Mrs. Park. Really, Yoongi? You are taking his side even when he do this, huh? Yoongi, it's not, auntie. The thing is this. Jimin is so innocent. He never seen something like this. So it happens, but now he don't do. He is already so. After what happens, he need rest, he said. And Jimin see him. He can't believe Yoongi take his side like this, even when Jimin isn't. He failed maybe to treat Jungi. He see Jungi, let's go in room, you need rest. He said and hold his hand and take him upstairs. Hmm. Okay, so to be continued. Huh.